This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck as a 2007 Chevy Silverado 1500. That's a half-ton crew cab, four-wheel drive. Has a 5.3 liter gas engine. It has 78,000 miles. It's being sold on a salvage title due to theft, not collision. If you watch, if you look at our ad, you'll see an animated video that explains how and why you can get a salvage title without being wrecked or flooded or vandalized or whatever, any of that stuff. This is purchased directly from an insurance company as a theft recovery. It came from, I want to say McAllen, Texas. Yeah, it is McAllen. And they stole the back seat, which we replaced already. They stole the radio and the door speakers, which we've replaced already. They stole the OnStar antenna, which is ordered. You see a hole in the roof there? That's so they don't get busted. That's why they steal those. Anyway, it's my job to walk around and show you what's wrong than what's right. So that when you ship it to your state, wherever you are, or if you come pick it up, that you're happy and you know what you bought and it matches up to what you bought and you're happy. Okay? Alright, let's see. The tires all look probably 50% tread. I don't think there's any need to worry about tires for another at least 5 or 10,000 miles. The only thing we notice on this truck is that it looks like I see little tiny dings on the hood, like it got some hail. And I don't really see it. I see a couple little ones right here on the fender that really you have to look for. So it looks to me like it was just coming straight down and it wasn't huge. And honestly, I think maybe you can see it there. It's kind of just little ones. I mean, it would be pretty easy to dent bust this truck. Of course, you could just buy a hood and paint the hood for probably the same amount of money. It's not really a big deal, but like I said, it's my job to I'm trying to look through my camera here and see if I can get a good angle. Anyway, they're there. And there's a few on the roof, but it looks to me like maybe they backed it under a cover and spared the roof from the heavy stuff. It's not, anyway, I wouldn't do anything, because really, I don't think it's worth doing. This fender doesn't have any, so it just kind of got a couple on the top of the driver fender and the hood and a few on the roof. When if you're not Shaquille O'Neal, it doesn't matter. Let's see. Use a little touch-up chip here and here and here. A little touch-up paint would be cool right there. We try to let you get them at least cosmetically, unless they're really been keyed or something. We don't mess with the cosmetics unless something really bad's happened to the paint. In this case, it really hasn't. So, you know, barring a really bad keying, we don't do any body work or paint work or anything. So, this is how we got it. The tailgate and the bumper are perfect, which is kind of rare. Usually somebody's backed into a hitch by now. This is not hail, but it looks like a little push-in ding right there. It's actually a really good-looking truck, but as I said, it's my job to be as negative as possible, so that, you know, if you ship it to Michigan, or we just sent one off to Ecuador to a guy who does International House Hunters show. There's a ding right there. Then when you get it there, that you're not disappointed or you're angry or whatever. We can find the right person for the vehicle without making anyone mad. We have the antenna ordered. We will be putting that in as soon as it gets here. But it came back from detail and it was ready to go. Let's see, there's the hood. Yeah, see, you really, I don't know if it's because it's cloudy or what, but alright, let me start this thing up and open the hood. Listen to it run. 5.3. Runs like a champion. Looks like someone put a new battery in this thing recently and didn't put the bolt back in to hold this thing in. That's supposed to go right there. I'll see if I can get the bolt for that. We didn't do that. That's just a very recent battery that the previous owner obviously put in. Anyway, like I said, we put in front and rear speakers. There's a little tear right here. We're going to have our upholstery guy come and fill that. Make sure this works. That does work. That's the passenger rear window. We'll have him fill that in so that that doesn't get any worse. I don't know how to turn this thing down. Let's see. I don't even know how to turn it down, people. I'll have to figure that out in a second. Alright, there's the passenger front door. Obviously you have to have doors locked to make them lock. Carpet's got a little bit of staining. Of course, mats cure that, don't they? Wait, you know what? Let's test this first. Passenger front window. Oh, that's driver front window. That's passenger. There's driver rear window and passenger rear window. Out, in, up, down. That mirror works. Out, in, up, down. Alright, then we have the door locks, which obviously. Alright, we have power seat. This one has a little hole in it too. We'll have that fixed also. Tilt wheel, that works. Let's see. How in the heck do you do this? I am the worst with this stuff. Well, I got an idea. We'll just turn it off, or change the output. Oh, that's cool. You got a remote. You also have a manual for the truck. OnStar subscriber information. There you go. Center console. Nothing to report there. OnStar, which we'll have an antenna for. My guy, there was a $170 wiring harness that would be required to make the steering wheel controls work for the radio. We said no to that. That's what your fingers are for in your hand. Sort of like tire sensors to me. Dumbest thing in the world. Steering controls for your radio. How did we make it without them? Let's see. Tilt. Cruise. Duh. That's tilt. We already showed you that. Tow on and off. There's your mileage. 78,053 miles. And it's running and you can't even tell. Let me turn on some air. Air's blowing cold. It's kind of getting warm here in Tucson. Probably going to be 85 or 90 today, I think. Yeah, that feels good. The air is working well. Alright, let's try put it in neutral. let's try 4 low. It's 4 low. Put it in drive. That's definitely 4 low. Reverse. Absolutely 4 low. Alright, let's go to 4 high. Engage. Drive. Yes, and we could actually drive at that speed. And that 4 high, put it in reverse. Perfect. Okay. Let's go to auto. Drive. Yep. And reverse. Perfect. Okay, back to 2-wheel. Bang. Alright, let's go for a ride. Let's see, because this thing's on a salvage title, in order to get plates and to get insurance, you will have to have it inspected. We can take it down for you. If you're going to come to drive it home, it's mandatory. We have to take it down and get it inspected. That's $200. 50 goes to state, 150 goes to us. Why so much to us? Because we're required to stay with the vehicle until it's done, and sometimes they're done in 15 minutes, and sometimes they're done in 10 hours. And so I have a guy just sitting there staring at the truck, which is not good. So that's why. It's also an advantage. We're the only dealer in town that isn't required to have an appointment. As long as we're there at 6 in the morning in line first, they'll do us. It's because of all the theft recoveries we had, they finally just gave up getting out their appointment book. Almost every state requires a certain wait for an appointment to get in. So it's kind of an advantage to use us. Even if you want to do it yourself, you may have to wait a while in your state. You also have to pay the dock fee of $250 if you come here to pick it up. And taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. If your state tax rate is 3%, you're going to pay a total of 5% tax, $250 dock fee, and $200 to restore the title. If you pay by wire and ship, all you pay is the agreed upon price. Let me stop right here and take off. Try not to get a ticket here. It's at 25. This is not a good idea. Alright, I'm gonna slow down now because there are cops everywhere in this neighborhood. Anyway, it runs great. Shift's perfect. No issues whatsoever. Anyhow, if you pay by wire and ship, all you have to pay is the agreed upon price, plus $200 if you want us to restore the title. I strongly suggest you do, but it's up to you. Just make sure that in your state, call your motor vehicles, get that person's first and last name so you can kill them if they're wrong. Tell them you're going to bring an Arizona theft recovered vehicle on a salvage title due to theft, a bill of sale, and that's it. You'll have a bill of sale, you'll have the salvage title, and you'll have the truck. Is that enough? And they will say yes, and if they tell you that you need more paperwork when you get there, that's when you start strangling people, because all you're going to get is what we are giving you, the salvage title and the bill of sale. Anyway, just please make sure. Also, please get a deposit in. Without a deposit, we do not have a deal. Once we get a deposit, your name will appear on our website with a deposit received and your name saying, thank you for leaving a deposit, and the car is sold. Until then, it is for sale to anybody who puts money down. All right? Thank you very much. Have a safe week and a great weekend.